Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with the chapter lesson 11, force and pressure. In this chapter we are going to discuss about concept of force, effect of force, unit of force, resultant force or net force, classification of force, pressure and atmospheric pressure. So students, let us begin with the chapter. In class 7 we have already learnt about motion of an object. In this chapter we are going to discuss about causes of motion. Why does a moving ball on the ground stops on its own? What makes a football at rest to move when kicked? What causes the body to move faster or slower? So in all these cases force is required. So in this chapter we will learn about concept of force and its effect. Concept of force. Here students, what you can see in first image, lifting of an bucket. So it is an act of pull. Same way, see the second image. You will see a person is pushing a shopping cart, or we can say trolley. Okay, so it is an act of push. Third image, what you can see, a squeezing of lemon. So it is changing the shape of a body. So in all these cases we are applying a force in order to pull, push and change. So effort needed to push, pull or change the shape of a body is known as force. Now students, let us discuss about effect of force. So force can cause a motion in a stationary body. Force can stop a moving body. Force can change the direction of a motion of a moving body. Force can change the speed of a moving body. Force can change the shape and size of a body. So let us discuss this one by one. So first is, force can cause a motion in a stationary body. Now here in first image you can see how boy is playing with a toy car. He is applying a force to push that toy car. Okay. Same way, see the second image. Okay, both the boys are, in order to move that heavy box, either they are pushing a heavy box or they are pulling it. Okay. So from this what we have understood, that force can cause a motion in a stationary body. It can move a stationary body. Second, force can stop a moving body. Here what you can see, that goalkeeper is applying a force in order to stop the ball. So force can stop a moving body. Third, what you can see, force can change the direction of motion of a moving body. Now here when a batsman hit the ball with his bat, the direction of moving ball changes. So force can change the direction of motion of a moving body. Force can change the speed of a moving body. Now if we will apply less force, bicycle speed will become less. It will slow down. And if we are applying more force on a pedal, the speed of a bicycle will increase. Okay, so force can change the speed of a moving body. Fifth, force can change the shape and size of body. Now here students, you can see how the shape and size of a dough is changing while applying a force. Same way squeezing a lemon, again shape of an object is changing. So in both the cases we are applying a force. Okay, so force can change the shape and size of a body. Now students, let us discuss about unit of force. So the SI unit of force is Newton, and it is denoted by a letter, that is capital N. Now to feel that how much force 1 Newton is, what we are going to do? We are going to place 100 gram of weight measure on our palm, and we are going to hold it parallel to the ground. Now the force exerted by the 100 gram of weight on our palm is nearly 1 Newton. Similarly, if we place 200 gram weight on our palm, then we experience a force of 2 Newton. So the force acting downward is equal to 1 Newton. 100 gram 1 Newton, 200 gram 2 Newton. Okay. So the SI unit of force is Newton. Resultant force or net force. Now students, let us see that what happens when more than one force act on an object. Okay, now here in first image you can see how two boys are pushing a heavy box. Now let us give them a name, Prashant and Deepak. Prashant is pushing a heavy box with a force of 40 Newton. He finds it very heavy and is unable to move it faster. So what he is going to do? He is going to call his friend Deepak to help him. Now Deepak applies a force of 50 Newton along with Prashant in the same direction. And it is now noticed that the heavy box started moving. So total force acting on a box is force applied by a Prashant plus force applied by a Deepak. That is 40 Newton plus 50 Newton is equal to 90 Newton. So 90 Newton force is applied on a heavy box in order to move that heavy box in same direction. So total force applied on a heavy box is called a resultant force. So in first case what we have concluded, that when two forces act on an object in the same direction, the resultant force is found by adding the force. So it moves the object in same direction as the force. Now students, let us see about second case. Now Prashant and Deepak had an argument. Deepak refuses to help Prashant. Now Deepak starts pushing the heavy box in the opposite direction by applying the same force, that is 40 Newton. Now since both the forces are applied at the same point but in opposite direction, so the resultant force is found by the difference of the force. So here the resultant force is equal to 14 Newton minus 14 Newton, that is 0 Newton. So in this case the box does not move. So what we have concluded, that if two equal forces act on an object in an opposite direction, the resultant force will be 0 and the object will not move. Classification of force. Now force is classified into two types, that is contact force and non-contact force. In contact force, we are going to discuss about muscular force and frictional force. And in non-contact force, we are going to discuss about magnetic force, electrostatic force and gravitational force. Contact force. Now student, see the image. If we pull a coiled spring whose one end is fixed to a wall, and effort is applied by us on the spring on the other hand. Now here both the objects are in contact. The result is that the springs get stretched. Now this is an example of contact force. So contact force means what? A force which acts only when an object are in physical contact with each other and bring about changes. Same way, another example what we can take, if we kick a football. So here our foot and ball are in contact with each other. Same way, pulling a cart, again hand and cart are in physical contact with each other. So in all these cases, contact force is applied. So some important contact forces are muscular force. Now here in image you can see we can lift a bucket with our hand. Same way, another example what we can take, we can paddle the bicycle with our legs. So in this two example we have applied a force on an object and our body, that is hand and legs, in these examples has to come in contact with the object. Now the force resulting due to the action of muscles is known as muscular force. Second is frictional force, or we can say friction. A ball rolling along the ground gradually slows down and finally comes to rest. So, it is the force of friction. The force of friction between the surface of ball and the ground that opposes the motion of the ball and brings the moving ball to the rest. Same way, another example what we can take, when we stop paddling a bicycle. So it gradually slows down and finally comes to stop. So here again force of friction will be there between tires and surface of tire and ground. So the force acting along the two surfaces in a contact which oppose the motion of one body over the other is called force of friction. So frictional force always opposes motion and trying to stop the movement of one surface over the another. Non-contact force. So some of the non-contact force are magnetic force, electrostatic force and gravitational force. Now here you can see an image of magnet. Now here objects are not in contact. Still you can see the act of push and pull. Okay, if two poles are same, so it will repel. And if unlike poles are there, then it will attract. Okay, so non-contact force are the force which can act even when an object are not in physical contact with each other and bring about changes. So such type of force we are saying non-contact force. So first is magnetic force. So what we have discussed earlier. If unlike poles are there, so without touching still it will get attracted to each other. And if like poles are there, so it will repel, it will move away from each other. So here magnetic force comes to an act even though magnets are not in contact with each other. Same way another example we can take of magnet and iron clips. So magnet can attract the iron clips without touching it. The iron clips will move from their original position towards the magnet under the influence of magnetic force. So the magnet exerts a force of pull on an iron clips even when they are not in contact. So the magnetic force is an example of non-contact force. Next is electrostatic force. Now here in image you can see, if we bring a plastic comb close to the small pieces of paper, so you will see that nothing extraordinary happens. Now if we rub a plastic comb several times in a dry hair, what you will see that it is getting charged. Now you bring it near to the small pieces of paper. This time you will see that a piece of paper get attracted towards the comb. Why? This is because on rubbing the comb gets charged. Now since the charge is produced at the site of rubbing and remains there without any movement, it is called electrostatic force. So electrostatic force means the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. Now students, let us understand electrostatic force through this activity. Aim to show that electrostatic force is a non-contact force. Things needed: plastic straw and a sheet of paper. Method: now take a plastic straw and cut it into two equal pieces. Suspend one of the pieces from the edge of the table with the help of piece of thread. Now hold the other piece of straw in your hand and rub its free end with a sheet of paper. Now bring the rubbed end of the straw near the suspended straw. Do not make the two pieces to touch each other. Now what you are going to observe? You will see the straw rubbed with the paper attracts the suspended straw. Now rub the free end of the suspended piece of straw with a sheet of paper. Again bring the pieces of straw that was rubbed earlier near the free end of the suspended straw. This time what you are going to observe? You will see that the straw rubbed with the paper repels the suspended straw. So from this what we have concluded? That electrostatic force comes into play even when the bodies, so here bodies is what? Straw are not in contact. So electrostatic force is a non-contact force. Gravitational force. Every object in this universe attracts every other object with certain force. The force with which two objects attract each other is called force of gravitation. Gravitational force exists everywhere in the universe. For example, the force between our pen and book, between book and table, between us and tree is a gravitational force. Gravity. When we drop any object, say a ball, it falls down towards the earth. Since the body starts moving downwards, a force must be acting on it. This force is due to the attraction between the earth and the object. It is called a force of gravity. The force exerted by the earth on any falling object is called force of gravity or just a gravity.